waiting, the audience still could see us. Okay, so got it?
Got it.
Got it. Okay, so I'll let you know when they go into my group. Okay, we live.
Sounds good.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday with Chu. I'm so excited that Steph is back with us as our special guest. But this time, instead of talking about Halloween, we're going to talk about holidays. Yeah, so three key takeaway for this Facebook Live. The first one, you're gonna hear our story about how our family celebrate Christmas or holiday. And then Steph's gonna share with us the very unique art of communication. So you want to stay for that. And then she's gonna review her first book. So yep. And this is gonna be the last Facebook Live for 2023. And I will be back on the second week of January. So yeah, so enjoy. So, okay. When I was in Cambodia and Vietnam, I never heard of such thing as Christmas or that. My family's Chinese is all about celebrating Chinese lunar calendar. Yeah, lunar Chinese New Year. So when I migrated to US, when I heard about Christmas, I told my sister, "Oh, let's have a Christmas tree." And then she said, "Nope, not until we reunite with the rest of our family." So some of you may know I was separate from the rest of my family, my parents, my younger sister and brother for 14 years. So during those 14 years, and I left Cambodia when I was really young, so I don't remember much about my mom, really. But I remember she made this really amazing Cambodian green curry that's with catfish. And I say, one day, if I see my mom again for Christmas, I want my mom to cook that dish for me. And now if I happen to celebrate Christmas, birthday with my mom in LA, she lives in LA, she'll make me that soup. Yeah. So that's and then, I don't know, for some reason, my family decide to have big dinner on Christmas Eve. So when I was living in LA, I was the one that cooked. So we make Western food. We eat like Asian food for the rest of the year, and for Christmas we make Western food. So I would make salad and baby back ribs. Even though I don't eat meat, I still would make baby back rib and potatoes and all that. And then we open our gifts on Christmas Eve because we couldn't wait into the Christmas day. And then we'll play White Elephant and all that. Yeah. So that's how we celebrate. So Steph, share with us how you celebrate with your family.
My family is Chinese Jamaican or Chinese. The family immigrated with my grandfather on my mom's side, and my great-grandfathers on my dad's side. And then they mixed with the Jamaican people. So when we have Christmas celebration, we actually start on Christmas Eve. And it's more so because the family is so big. So Christmas Eve, we have it with my aunt's brother, and it's a very religious thing. He is very religious. So we'll go there, and it's a very Chinese, like the food is Chinese. For Christmas Day, we'll go to my father's family, my uncle's family, where he had 14 kids. So you go into that house and there's like 150 people and they're all blood related. And, and the food there is a mix of Chinese and Jamaican. Oh. And then Boxing Day, for Americans, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. We then go to another family event, and that one they will more cook like a fusion of Chinese American. So that is how we celebrate Christmas. We open our presents Christmas Day around noon when people wake up, and being that my mom's belief is none of you really need anything. We usually just buy whatever we need as soon as we need it. So a couple years ago, she just took newspaper. She would wrap our presents in newspaper, and it might be like, you just bought a new shampoo. So she would just
Oh,
wrap it so that we had something to open, but she's like, you really don't need anything, so we really don't go out of our way. I'm more a person who, when I see things that I know and I think of somebody at the same time, I'll just buy it and give it to them right then. So I'm not really a Christmas present giver.
yeah, yeah.
I give whenever I think of the person. So that's how we celebrate.
So it remove a lot of stress.
Yes.
Mm. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. And right now we're going to go into a completely different subject. So Steph, I like to get your advice. And I have a because my relationship with my grandma, I always have a very soft spot for people who are older, and especially when they don't really have a family to support them. And
Mhm.
but sometimes because I don't set my boundaries, so sometimes I get hurt because I would open my heart to help them, and then they will end up like getting frustrated or projecting the frustration on me, and then I will say, oh my God, what have I done wrong? This is all I ever wanted to help. So
Mhm.
yeah, share with me like how you would go about doing that, because we have like a similar I guess like a Chinese culture where you always put yourself second.
Well, I think that's a lot of times women are taught that too. So
Mm,
like if you look at a woman who is married, um, her husband and her children come before herself. And a
mm,
woman that's not married, her community comes before her. And it's
mm,
almost like we're taught if we focus on ourselves or being selfish.
right.
So first
Mm-hmm,
keep that in mind.
mm,
Secondly, and this is from growing older,
mm-hmm,
because I can honestly tell you when I was younger, this was not me. But in growing older, I've learned to first start looking at how, like, where are people coming from? So when people yell at me, unless they're very angry at me and they're screaming obscenities, that's when I shut down or walk away.
mm,
Um, However, a lot of times I will stop and think to myself, so why are they angry? Because I didn't do anything.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I'm very thankful now that I will tell myself, I didn't do anything. So
mm,
it must be them. What is it that they're going through
mm,
or might be going through? And at that point, I will start empathizing and try to see things from their point of view.
mm-hmm,
From me, in my perspective, though, is to think of myself as a lifeguard.
mm,
When I was a teenager and early 20s,
mm,
every time I got bored, I got certified in something. And
mm.
one was
Mm-hmm,
lifeguarding. And at one point, they teach you in lifeguard training is that the drowning person will lunge at you. And
oh.
they're not lunging at you to kill you. Granted, that could be the side effect. They're lunging at you to save themselves.
Mm.
So we're actually taught how to get your foot in between them and you and kick off so
Oh.
that there's space between you. And when a person, as I said, a person's yelling at me, a lot of times I'll just walk away. And
Mm.
that is my way of separating myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in learning that and keeping that in mind, now it's just second knowledge. But when it first started, it was this person's drowning. They want to save themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You are the person who's still, your head is still up. So you're the one who can help them stay up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
they'll lunge at you, which is the metaphor in this is that now they're yelling at you or they're
Mm-hmm.
verbally attacking you.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you kick off and you see it for what it is. It is them
Mm.
trying to save themselves. It's not actually them trying to be malicious. There's no malicious intent. It's
Right.
them saving themselves.
Wow. That's a very powerful analogy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember my grandma used to tell me that my dad's classmate actually drowned because he was trying to save someone who's drowning, and
Mm-hmm.
the person that was drowning ended up staying alive, and the
Mm-hmm.
I guess the lifeguard. Yeah, yeah. So
Um, some things that people don't know sometimes in lifeguard training, where it's not good practice, but sometimes depending on the size of the person, you might actually stay close by,
yeah.
but have them go under because
Oh,
of the fact that it's easier to take somebody who is unconscious.
yeah.
Now they're not fighting you, then like
Oh,
figure out how to calm them down.
oh,
So
wow.
that was something else where when I learned that, I was like, you basically want to drown them? Like, you're not drowning them.
You are wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for sharing this. Yeah. So okay, so I guess we're gonna uh let the audience listen to your book. Yeah. So let's see if the technology gonna work with us that you screen share and it still go smoothly with Facebook Live.
Sounds good. So this is the cover of my book, and this is the whole cover, front and back, because that's all I have right now.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yes, I can see that. Yeah. I don't know whether the
Okay.
Facebook Live will.
So this book is called The Magic of You to Revel in Your Uniqueness. It's written by me and it's illustrated by the reader. And the reason why I did that specifically was that I didn't want the images I see when I go through that story to distract a reader from what it is they see or experience. A bit about me is I'm a transition catalyst. And the difference between a catalyst and a coach is that I help the person to see what is and what it is they want, and I shift them from there.
Mm,
I do not take them to there.
mm,
So if they need that help, I will then refer coaches to them. Because I'm an intuitive and energy worker, whenever I refer somebody, it is very much what is the energy that person has. And usually when I meet somebody or talk to somebody, I feel a calling to connect them to somebody. And
mm,
a lot of times I don't know why, but I know that they have something to do together.
mm,
But
okay.
that is my book. It's something funny I wrote in 2008. And from 2008 to now, there was a lot of the fear was always putting something in the way.
Oh,
And in this past year, I was like, okay, I want to publish the book. And it took quite a while and a lot of illnesses. What some people might not know is many illnesses,
mm-hmm.
like you get a headache, and a lot of when I say a headache, it's not like you have a tumor. It's more like, okay, you just got a headache because someone invited you to dinner and you really don't want to go.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Your brain will say, okay, let's not make a liar out of you.
Yeah.
You have a headache. And that is your body's way of making it so you're not lying to somebody. Your
Okay.
body really doesn't want you to lie. Um, for me, I started getting sick. I was sick. I was in the emergency room twice this year in the summer. I had a severe flu in October, and it dawned on me that in November this year I just turned 50.
Mm-hmm.
And in when I was in my 20s and 30s and 40s, everything was by the time I hit 50, I will be, and one of them was a published author. And I wasn't a published author yet. So
Wow.
in a way, I was getting sick, and I hope it wasn't as severe as like I'm thinking now, but
Mm.
was my body trying to basically kill itself to make sure that I didn't hit 50 without being an author. So thankfully, before I hit 50, I got all of the Amazon stuff in order. And I was like, okay, we will be like, we are published, but the book isn't available until the 5th of January. So at that, like, all illnesses stopped, all
Oh
headaches,
my God.
everything. And I was just like, okay, I really need to pay attention to what it is I say to myself.
Yeah, I remember I was sick as a dog before my wedding.
Exactly.
And then I don't know what the pastor said. And then all he said was, okay, go and overdose yourself with a vitamin C. And then on the actual wedding day, I was completely fine. So your book, is it in how many format? Ebook, Audible? Yeah.
Oh, I have it in paperback, in ebook, and I highly, highly recommend the audio accompany. Basically the accompany just says the foreword and the story itself. And the reason why I say I highly recommend to get the audio for it is that from what I've seen and experienced,
Mm-hmm.
when I read the story,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how anxious the person was or upset the person was or how lost they think they were,
Mm-hmm.
just from my reading of the story,
Mm-hmm.
calms them down and gives them.
Yeah.
So that is why it is a poem. Um, that's the main story from what
Uh-huh.
I hear from
Uh-huh.
many people. It is a very colorful, joyous story, a
Oh.
joyous poem that they're very happy to hear. And as one person said, I love how you read it because I was able to see it all. My whole body relaxed. And I thought to myself, he's still speaking. I thought to myself, if I read it, I would have butchered it completely and it would not have given me the same feelings that I
Mm.
have now.
Oh wow. So it's going to be available in January, right?
Yes, January 5th on Amazon.
On Amazon. So I could order the paperback and then the Audible too?
Yeah, it's not an Audible, it's actually an audio book.
Audio.
Like,
Audio
it's
book.
an audio accompaniment that you can only get if you buy the book.
Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. Okay.
So you
Okay.
can't even get it if you just went to Audible.
Oh,
I
got it.
don't want it that way because the book
Okay.
itself, if you did not notice, it says it's illustrated by you. So it's illustrated by the reader.
Oh,
And I did it that way because I didn't want to distract the reader from what I see, with what I see.
got it.
So there's a lot of empty space for people to draw and color,
Oh,
glitter,
wow.
paint, to write, all of that. And that was just something that actually got rid of one of the roadblocks because in my head I was like, I need to find an illustrator. And that was the
Oh,
main thing stopping me from 2008 to now.
oh, wow, wow, wow. So you have contact on the book, right? If the reader want to get a hold of you or something.
Yes, they can reach out to me.
Mhm.
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram under
Okay.
a underscore positive underscore force.
Okay. So,
And
okay.
I will give you all of that so that you can
Yeah,
put it.
yeah. And I put it on my Facebook group. Yeah. Wow. And so is Amazon the only way that we order from? Do you have like
For right now, yes.
mm.
When I finally, I'm like, let me not completely inundate and overwhelm myself and figure out the others.
Yeah, no
But
way.
if, and this is to anyone listening, if you
Mhm.
know of a woman-owned, woman-run company
Mm.
where they would like me to come in to do a reading, or if you know of a small independent bookstore, I would love to come to either one. If
Mm.
you also have a book club, I
Mm.
would also love to read, to do the reading. And if you want, I can stay with you and work through some of it. In the book itself, both the ebook and the print book, there's a glossary because a lot of the poem there's a lot of symbols in it.
Okay.
So if they want to go through that.
Actually, I will connect you with this group that I join from time to time, and I forgot to tell you. This month. I don't know whether you heard of the series of the Art of Connection, and back in September, I wrote one page about gratitude, and I submit that. So I think the book, I think it's the 4th edition, if I remember right, will be published this month.
Nice.
It's called The Art of Connection. So yeah, so I'll let you know. And I wrote I think 250 words, but that will be my first time, sharing something, in the published book.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll connect you with that group. It's a very good group. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So I guess I will see you guys next year on Facebook Live, but I'm still on Facebook. I think second Tuesday of January, because the first Tuesday everybody's coming back and all that. Yeah. So and then between now and then I'll think of something interesting to share with you guys. Yeah. So okay. So I'm going to stop the
Recording.
live stream.